It's unbelievable. The clowning around they're doing with this Conference of the Parties, 30 issue. Guys, houses, unfortunately, without infrastructure, without any conditions at all. And Lula is promoting a state governed by Helder Barbalha. I don't need to say anything else. The guy who, during the pandemic, when his secretary ended up being arrested in those various federal police operations, there was an invoice with his arrested secretary from his government, an invoice for a purchase made by Helder Barbalha's wife. From the wife. Just imagine the foreigners when they get to Pará, unfortunately. Visit places like this, it's clear why. It's the left being the left.
For you, first-hand look. Welcome to everyone who may not know. It's in English precisely for our foreigners who come here to attend Conference of the Parties 30 to enjoy the resort we have.
Oh, good morning.
Also, there are cheap houses for rent here, 3,000 with an indoor pool, you know? There are houses here. Look, this one is for rent. This house here is for rent. Look, it already has a bridge, it already has a pool inside, and it's cheaper. The woman was charging 6,000. This one is 3,000. If you want, right up ahead, if you don't want to go too far, there's a resort. There, look.
Man, how do... Batista being Batista, do they really have the nerve for that? I think that, first of all, instead of these guys planning parties for others to come here, right? Because that's just a party, so they can say they care about the environment. They should take care of the state, at least the city first, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look, it's surreal what these wicked people are capable of doing. The other day, the guy was arguing with his own advisors because he wanted to put a picture of a toothless black man. He said that clearly. Didn't you see the outrage from the artistic community? Didn't you see the outrage from Globo, from journalists, from Partido dos Trabalhadores supporters, from the Supreme Court? If it were different, the relationship wouldn't be the same. Of course not. Bolsonaro didn't do that. But 1% of what Lula said. Man, seriously. That Celso de Mello, that former minister from the Supreme Federal Court, might have even come back to the Supreme Federal Court just to criticize Bolsonaro. Now, when it's INÁCIO, we see these clown acts and mouth shut.